Okay, squeeze in even more and stretch up, try to touch the ceiling. Take a deep breath, legs really firm, glue your biceps alongside of your ears. Stretch up again, pull the front ribs a little in and down so your low back is even longer, and reach up, touch the ceiling, and go to the right. As you go to the right, press your hips to the left, and feel for the extension on the entire left side of the body, from your toes to your fingers. The chest is very open. The arms stay glued with the head. Squeeze your legs together, but a little bit press your bum forward. There's no sway in the low back. Find the side bend. Left side extending, breathing calm. Keep squeezing your palms together. Stretch your index finger, point it, try to touch your wall on your right side of your space. And then come up. When you come up, stop in the middle, eye gaze straight forward, stretch up more. Root down the middle of the backs of the heels and your like big toe mounds a lot. And then go up and over to the left. You're also anchoring down like the pinky toe mounds. So the feet are stable, the hips press to the right as the body stretches up and over to the left. Contract your left side. Find calm breath in and out through the nose. Smooth it out, the breathing. Feel the legs powerful, strong, they're straight. Arms as well. So come down only as much as you can maintain the extension. Breathe the side body. There's the gallbladder channel, right? So outer edges of the feet, the legs. Think about where you were just sort of slapping up the sides of your body. That's where you're stretching your entire right side. For 3, 2, and change. Come back up, stop in the middle. So now we'll go into the front body stretching. So this will be the stomach channel. So notice your feet, plant them down, weight in the heels, squeeze your bum a little forward, lift up chest, heart, and then lift your chin up, look up. As you're looking up, keep looking back behind you, keep lifting your arms up, lift your chest more up, and then start to take your arms back to where you're looking. As your arms continue to go back, press your bum a little more forward, lift your heart more up, breathe in and out through your nose, squeeze your palms back together, and reach back even more as you press your hips forward. Feel the stretch from your feet all the way up the hips, all the way up into the throat, all the way up into the base of your eyes. Slowly change. Come back up and stop in the middle. Good. Hinge at your hips and come down, flat back. So as you're coming down, you're going to bend the knees, drop the head, shake it out a little bit if you need to, and then you can start to bend your knees left, right, or you can squat down a couple of times. Kind of do what's comfortable for your low back to warm up. Bend your knees down a lot so you can put your stomach on your thighs, elbows behind the calves. Grip with your armpits and then scoop up the backs of your heels with your fingers, maybe dig them under the heels if you like. And then once you have your grip, pull. You're going to stretch the body down from the low spine to the top of the head. Maintain the connection of the body glued to the legs. So bend your knees, press toe mounds down. Weight goes a little forward into the toes so that the tail can rise up and the head can relax down. The face is on the shins below the knees or moving in that direction. So just look right between your shins. As you breathe, the tail up, the sits bones widen. If your legs straighten, contract your thighs. Keep wrapping elbows behind your calves. Keep wrapping your armpits around your knees. Pull one more time and slowly change. So scoop the arms forward, the chest forward to come up. And as you come all the way up, you're going to lengthen at the top. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Take a breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Good. Try to maintain the calmness of the breath. You can always, take rests or pauses at any time. Obviously, you're in your house. You can do what you want. Right? Okay, so let's do awkward Utkatasana. Separate your feet hip width distance. Press down through the heels. Make sure your feet are on straight tracks, and right under your sort of inner hips. Stretch your arms forward and look straight ahead. Tall spine. Your fingers and arms are in line about with the collar. So they're not quite as high as the tops of the shoulders, a little bit lower. Take a breath, inhale, and then sit back. So as you sit back, hips are going way low back behind you, the weight's in the heels. Pull your stomach in, make sure your knees are in line with your feet still, not wobbling in or out. Put more weight back in the heels, pull your stomach in, and just a little lift your collar, chest up. Change, come up, stand high on your tippy toes. Press your big toes down. Lengthen more up through the crown of the head. Stand up on your tippy toes, but bend your knees. So the heels stay up, you're gonna sit down without leaning forward or back. Spine still absolutely straight in the middle. Chest up, collar wide, breathing calm. Try to sit a little lower, heels up, and then change. Slowly come up. At the top, lower your heels, and then bring your knees in together. Squeeze your inner knees, inner thighs together. Take a breath, inhale, and slowly you lower down. When you lower down, clamp the knees even more. Sit your hips to your heels, but press your knees forward and down. So from the side, you're in a rectangle position. Calm your jaw, squeeze your knees, take a breath, squeeze them more, press your toes down, and then come back up. Opposite way you went in. Inner thighs really strong as you come up, lower heels, lower arms, step feet together, take a breath. In through nose, and out through nose. Let's take the arms up overhead for eagle, palms together. Right arm under the left. Wrap with elbows, twist with arms. Elbows down in the front, shoulders down in the back. Sit back, sit down, and get very low in your chair again. You can even exaggerate it if you want. And then lift your chest, press your elbows down, lift your right leg on top. So as you wrap and twist the legs, right, your knees are stacking in the middle. You're trying to get your elbows in the middle, chest up, a little bit eyes up so you keep the fingers in line with the middle of your face. Change, right foot down, arms overhead. Exhale, left arm under. Twist tie the arms, press the elbows down in the front, sit back and sit down. Again, you can do a little dip if your knees do that. And then lift your chest, lift your left leg on top. Wrap, wrap, knees stack, ankles stack. Right, if you can, you wrap your toes around behind the ankle. If not, send the point of the left toes towards the right ankle. Elbows down, chest up. Steady eyes, squeeze everything into your center. And change, left foot down, arms overhead. At the top, exhale, arms down. Breathe. In through nose, and out through nose. Let's take the arms out to the sides. We're going to just do a little stretching for the, again, for the meridians connecting to the tissue. Palms face up. Shoulders, make sure they're down the back. You can have your feet, however they're comfortable under you. Reach through your thumbs a lot. So from the thumb, all the way up into the chest, that's your lung meridian. Take a breath here. Good, lower your left arm down and rotate your right palm face down, but point your right index finger actively. Like try to touch the wall over there to the right. And then look to the left. Like chin to left shoulder, reach right index finger. And then if you want to add on to the stretch, you're going to let your chin move down towards the shoulder. Breathe nice and deep. Large intestine relates to the heart. Good, change left pointer finger to the left. Make sure your shoulders are still relaxed, and then right arms relax down. Really point, so you activate that channel from the index finger, and then look to the right. And just keep breathing. Deep breaths, you can drop the chin down towards the right shoulder, armpit. Notice what you feel, breathe the breath into that. Good. Okay, bring your gaze forward, lower your arms down. take the palms of your hands and press out. So the fingers are going up and the palms are pressing the walls away in your space. Make sure that you have, you're not arching the low back. So think scapula wide across the back. It's usually helpful to bring the arms just a tiny bit forward. Press your heels of your hands away. Turn the middle fingers up, like you're trying to touch your middle fingers to your ears. And you'll feel probably something in the middle of the palms. Try to breathe and feel and sense the, like around your heart, the sides of your heart, the encasing, the pericardium meridian. Good, relax your arms down. Let your shoulders kind of roll back behind you so you can take your palms face forward and stretch your fourth finger down towards your heels. Your, the ring finger. And breathe. And then from here, just gently drop your chin down to your chest. And take another breath or so. You can roll, keep your chin down and just roll it towards your left armpit. And then you can roll it towards your right armpit. The triple heater. Good, come back to the center. Take your right arm kind of out. Rotate the shoulder internally. Sort of roll it forward so like your thumb turns down. And then bring your right elbow arm behind your back. Take your left arm up with thumb facing back. And then take the hand behind you. See if that right hand is there to grab. If not, you can use your shirt. You can also use a towel or really anything, a strap, belt. If you're able to get your left elbow behind your head, your whole arm behind the head, do that. And then lean a little the head into the arm, breathe. Think about in this one, the heart meridian, we're kind of tracking through from the pinky into the armpit. So on your left side, the elbow in the air side, or in the sky, let your, feel that inner left armpit, breathe there. And change. Let's take the arms out, release them down. Bring your left arm out, roll the shoulder forward so you can take the hand way behind up your back. And then bring your right arm up, thumb back, pinky forward, bend right elbow, reach back, grab the hands if they're there. If not, grab a towel or whatever you got. And then elbow behind, lean back head. Make sure you're not hurting or taking your neck out of alignment. So you're not trying to do chin forward. Think lean head back if you do have your arm back there. Breathe into your right armpit. You feel for your pinky fingers all the way up into the heart. You might notice heat building in certain areas when you do these. They seem like passive movements or simple movements, but they can go very deep in moving some energy around these pathways. So very much correlates to the postures in yoga, these meridian, the energy movements things. Okay, let's relax the arms down, take a breath, and just find the top of your mat, Samasthiti. Notice how you feel. We're going to do 3 Surya Namaskar. Okay, so bring the hands up and overhead, palms together. Lift up out of the waist and maybe go up and back. And then fold forward. Hinge at the hips, bend your knees on the way down, drop the weight of the head. Inhale, look forward, eye gaze, chest. You can either have hands on the floor or to your shins. Plant the hands, step or hop the feet back to a plank, top of a push-up. Lower down, low push-up. You can use your knees to modify. Inhale forward to cobra or upward dog. Press the floor away with your hands in up dog. Press the tops of the feet down or reach your big toes back. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips high to downward facing. Lengthen the back of the neck. And as you lengthen the back of the neck, look up towards your ribs. Float your ribs back towards your thighs. Strong grip of the fingers, the hands. Relax your organs. Knees can be bent or straight. Feel for the backs of the legs lengthening. Good. Look forward with your eyes. You can lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale the feet forward, stepping or hopping. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Press down through the feet to rise up. Arms up, chest up, go up, maybe up and back. And then fold again. As you come on down, lead, chest, heart, head, relax, hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Plant the hands and step or hop the feet back. Lower, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Maybe eyes go up. Squeeze your back body, your butt. Tuck toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Breathing nice and deep as you soften, relax the organs. Strong, strong hands, fingertips. Change, look forward. Step or hop the feet forward. Toes touching, inhale, lengthen. Eyes, chin, chest. Good, exhale, fold, head down. Really let the head go. And then press through the legs to come up. Arms, chest, reach, fingers, and then up and back. Press your bum forward if you are doing a back bend. Last one, forward fold. Head down. Inhale, lengthen. Hands down, spread fingers, step back, strong plank, lower push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward. Shoulders wide across the upper back. I'm going to spread the scapula. And give more space for more breath into your upper lungs, upper heart. Change, look forward, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, head down. Plant your feet firmly as you come up. Lift up, chest, arms, eyes, go back. Change, come to the center. And release the arms down. Samastitihi, take a breath. Okay, shift your weight into your left leg. Feel it very firm and strong. In particular, think about your left, like the low glute, really the whole glute, strong, like a rock solid butt, okay? And then lift your right knee up in front of your right hip, toes flexed at the ankle. Okay, the first set we're gonna do, we're gonna round down, we're gonna grab for the foot from underneath, but you're gonna take your fingers and actually dig the fingertips into the sole of your foot. So you're gonna press the fingers into the sole of the foot, and you maybe are gonna stay here and just breathe and work that pressure point. Try to keep your left leg really solid. Think about your left glutes a lot. So your hips over your knee, over your ankle, and you're a little bit weight forward. Or you can start to kick your right leg forward, and the fingers are still digging into that pressure point in the sole of the foot. Feel pretty good. Right? Option to then take the leg out to the right. You can lift your chest now. So you kind of unround the spine and you go into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana B. You can have the knee bent. You can also have the leg straight. It's really up to you. Squeeze your left butt more. Bring the leg forward again. And now if you want to take a little bit more stretch, you can lift the leg up. So keep it straight and just lift it. And then bring it back to hip level. Release the foot. Bend your knees, step the foot down. Shift the weight into the right leg. Spread that right foot into the floor. Squeeze your right butt a lot. And lift your left knee up, toes flexed. Round forward and get your fingers under, like fingertips, under the sole of the foot. Press, like in the kind of like middle of the sole of the foot. Stay here or straighten the left leg. Excuse me. And again, keep the right leg really solid if possible. Right? Keep the leg straight. Open up to the left. You release your right arm down. And you can lift then your shoulders back over your hips to extend the left leg. You can have your left fingers like still digging, pressure pointing under the sole of the foot. I believe that's the bladder again, but there may be other points you're tapping. Bring the leg forward. It could be liver. Okay, bring the leg forward and lift it up again. Try to bring it hip level and hold there for just a breath. And then bend your left knee and set the foot down. And just feel your feet spread into the floor, into the ground. Take a breath. Calm the mind. Now we'll do head to knee, okay? So starts off pretty much the same way. Shift the weight into your left leg. Lift your right knee up in front of your right hip, toes flexed. Think about now containing your hips, right? We're not going to take the leg out to the side. We're going to keep it on this track. Okay, stretch up, inhale, squeeze your left butt, pull stomach in, round forward. Now you're going to interlace your 10 fingers like a stirrup under the ball of the foot. So you have this grip. Now maybe you're working towards that and you'll stay there today. If you've got the foot in the hands and interlaced fingers and your standing leg is rock solid, that shift of the weight forward into your left big toe, contraction of the left thigh, keep squeezing your left butt. If that's you, you'll kick your right heel forward, no higher, no lower than your hip. Toes back, heel away. Squeeze inner thighs, pull low belly in. Like keep sucking your stomach in. If your both legs are straight, you'll bend your elbows in and down either side of the calf muscle. Elbows go below calf muscle. Tuck your chin, look at your stomach. Keep your legs solid. Squeeze into that L shape you're making. Place your forehead exactly on your knee. Change. Head up. Straighten the arms. Release the foot. Stand tall. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stay steady in the breath. Shift the weight into the right leg. Pull up on the right quadricep muscle. Lift your left knee up in front of the left hip. Toes flex the ankle. Stretch up. Inhale. Pull belly back, round down. So the back vertebrae are extending. There's space there. If you can, interlace the 10 fingers under the ball of the foot. Otherwise, stay where you're at. Standing leg has to stay solid, straight, not bending. Good. Bring the left heel forward if you're ready. Kick the heel away. Like continually kick. You can even kick a little into like your grip. Your stirrup hands. And then if you're ready, elbows in and down. That's if both legs are locked. You've got a capital letter L. Elbows go below the calf muscle. One day, you'll tuck your chin, look at your stomach, place your forehead to your knee. Change. Reverse. Foot down, stand tall. Breathe in. And breathe out. Standing bow pulling posture. Right elbow in close to the body, palm face up. Take the right hand out to the right and drop it down. So you're externally rotating the right shoulder, thumb back. Pick up the right foot at the inside ankle bone. Point your right toes and draw your two knees together. Lift your left arm up alongside of your ear and really reach up, try to touch the ceiling. Point your right toes more and start to kick back. As you kick back, let your right shoulder go back with the kick. Let your left shoulder start to come out in front of you. Look out in front of you. There's your target, your arrow of your left arm. As you kick back and up, your right chest is going back. So you can think shoulders are in a twist to the right, pelvis, hips in a twist to the left of it. So you can keep your two hips in one line as best as possible. You're going to start to bring body down a little bit over time. Kick one more, and then change. Reverse. Right foot down, left arm down, feet on the ground, spread your feet into the floor. Take a breath. Try to smooth out the breath as best you can. Let's do the second side. Bend your left elbow and close to the body, palm face out. Externally rotate through that left shoulder, left hand behind, pick up left foot, inside ankle. Knees together to begin. Right arm up. Woo. There might be something up there. You got to touch it. If it is, reach up more. Point your left toes. When you kick back, you're going to feel your left shoulder go behind you. Let that happen. Simultaneously, let your right shoulder come out in front of you. Eyes forward, chin to shoulder. You can slowly start to bring the body down. To think as the shoulders twist left, the hips are a little bit twisting right. It's going to help you keep your hips in line with each other. Keep breathing, keep stretching, keep kicking. Point your toes. Stretch your eyes more forward. Really see what you're looking at and kick one more behind you. Change. Slowly, slowly. Return the feet to the ground. Take a breath in and a breath out. Okay, step to the, we're going to go long ways on our mat. So maybe go to the back of your mat and take a quarter turn. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Step right foot out to the right. Take a pretty wide stance here, arms down parallel. When the arms come down parallel, go ahead and, lower them to behind you, to your sacrum. So then you're going to press a little the hips forward, just as much as it feels okay. The elbows are going behind. And you're pressing a little sacrum forward, lift the chest, lift the eye gaze. For some, it feels good to go really, sort of into a back bend here. You don't have to do that, though. Then you're going to come forward. Feel now the sacrum coming forward of the hips as you come down, as flat back as you can. So think long back, long low back. Either take the hands out in front of you, grab for the outer edges of your feet, and let now the weight shift into the toes if it went into the heels. More weight forward, contract your thighs. If you're holding your ankles or your heels, you can pull with your hands to stretch the body more down from the low spine to the top of the head. Find a position though that works, that allows you to feel your legs strong, hips in line with the ankles, and as much length as you can get through your side body. And we're in now the, the inner thigh, the kidneys, softening yin. So think about deeper, slow breaths and the pelvic floor. Another place, if you have your hands near your ankles or your feet, you can actually grip your baby toes in this position and squeeze your baby toes. If you're holding your heels and the elbows are up behind, take one more pull, let your head drop, release the back of the neck. If you're pretty straight with the legs, contract your thighs more and lift your tail up and send your sitting bones a little wider. Take one more nice deep breath here. Come up slow. You can have the arms out to the sides as you come up. And once you're at the top, just bring the arms down. And you're going to heel toe the feet in until you can get your right foot to your left foot, and just be still for a moment as you breathe. We'll do bent knee triangle next. Arms up overhead, palms together. Step right foot out to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor, reach. Pivot the right toes to the front of your mat, and then bend your right knee. As you bend your right knee, get your left leg really solid. Virabhadrasana. Open the chest, pull the low ribs in, so you're not backward bending. Spine straight. Go ahead and move to the right. Keep right knee bent. Bring right elbow in front of the right knee. Reach right fingertips down towards big toe, first toe. Lift left chest, fingers, arm to the sky. And then look up beyond your left fingertips. Press your right arm into your right knee to keep the knee on track, and a turn, twist upper body back. Stamp down the outer left foot. Pull the ribs in again if you started to sway the low back. Use your low abs. Change, come up. Straighten the right leg. Pivot right toes in, turn your left toes out. Same thing, second side. Sit down as low as you can. Keep your right leg solid. Squeeze your bum under you. Sometimes that can be helpful, but pull the ribs in. And then go. Bring your left elbow in front of your left knee. Reach your right arm up. Fingertips of the left hand reach between big toe, first toe. Right fingers reach the sky. And then look up, chin, shoulder. Press your left arm into your left leg. Lift your right chest up. Press your right foot down. Think lengthening through both sides of the waist. Stay strong in the legs and the hips. Change. Come up. Straighten your left leg. Good. Pivot the toes in enough so you can bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Arms overhead. Arms relax down. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. All right. Let's go top of the mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. And lower the arms down. Exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead, palms together. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold. As you fold down over your legs, drop the weight of the head. Inhale, lift chin, chest, eyes. Good. Plant the hands, strong, firm. Step back, feet. Plank pose. Lower just your knees. Bend elbows in close to you as you lower your chest and place your chest on the floor and bring your chin forward. Your knees are still bent, your butt will be in the air. You can walk your knees a little closer towards your hands if that's available. But splay the chest and relax the heart into the ground. Have to be able to breathe, so if your breathing feels like unavailable, you gotta back off a little. If it's just intense, stay with the intensity and breathe deeper. Eyes steady, chest down, chin forward. And imagine your throat is extending on the ground. If you want, you can bend your knees, so a couple of you, and reach back and grab for your ankles or your shins, eventually your ankles. Otherwise, keep your hands alongside of your chest. One more breath. Slow move into upward facing dog. Keep the hips on the ground. Feet stretch back, big toes. Press your feet down. Press your bum down. Press into your arms. Move into upward facing dog, bringing your hips through your arms. Squeeze your butt. And then open up the collar, shoulders down the back, and maybe look up. Tuck your toes. Go to downward facing dog. Spread fingers, hips high. Right foot forward. Squeeze left leg. Left toes are tucked. Big toe pressed down. High lunge, come on up. You can either have your arms by your sides or you can lift your arms up. Really squeeze the left glute. Squeeze the left quad strong. So you try to get the left leg straight, but the right thigh, parallel to the floor, if possible, with the knee over the heel. Lift up chest, heart, and take one more breath. Good. Lower gently left knee to the floor. And you're going to untuck your left toes for Kapyasana. So the right foot can come in closer to your right hip. Squeeze your left glute, and you can separate your pelvis even more into a split, some of you. And from here, I was going to turn, but I think you get it. Okay, so from here, squeeze the left glute, lift up the chest. You can have your hands on your right thigh, right? And that's a nice way to feel for the space between your belly. With your left foot behind you, right, we're going into the stomach channel again, the meridian. So imagine a loop from the top of your left big toe, all the way up the front of the left leg thigh, to the front of the left hip, all the way up the chest, right? All the way up into the throat and then into your eye. And we'll do the other side, but right now you can isolate the left side stomach channel. Okay, so from here, lift your chest and maybe look up. Some of you can take the fingers down towards the floor. Right, so your chest is in a backward bend, your eyes are up. Some of you can take your arms overhead, interlace fingers, and try to, reach more back. Squeeze palms, reach. Squeeze left glute a lot. Slowly change. Bring your hands down to either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under and return to downward facing dog. And just breathe and notice what you feel. Bring your left leg forward this time. I am going to turn this time just for fun. So bring your left leg forward, squeeze your right glute, steer the right hip a little forward, high lunge when you're ready, either arms down or arms up. Press your right big toe mound down a ton, squeeze your right glute. Lift up heart, try to get your back leg straight. Slowly soften the right knee down, untuck the right toes. You can have your arms down at this point or to the thigh, interlace fingers, right? You can shift your feet, your left foot a little more in. So your knee can be forward of the ankle, no problem, if that works for you. From here, feel from your right big toe, front of the leg of the right side all the way to the front of the hip. Squeeze your right glute a lot. You're opening up that channel again. Think of the loop all the way up to the eye, the right eye cord, what do you call it, under the eye? And then if you want to take the fingers down to the floor or overhead, interlace, reach. Squeeze your right butt, look back, breathe. Slowly change. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes. You can lift the right knee and gently step back to downward facing dog. Stay in down dog for a couple of breaths. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. You can use knees or come into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and hold. Keep breathing. Squeeze the backs of the thighs and the glutes. Bring your hips forward. Reach your big toes back. Maybe look up. Good, downward facing. Look forward, bend your knees, step or hop the feet forward, gently, gently. Forward fold, separate your feet hip width distance, and just ragdoll spine. So bend your knees, and let your spine hang, let your neck release. You can grab your opposite elbows or just have the hands relaxing to the floor. Look a little bit forward, bend your knees more, widen your feet, sit your hips down into a squat. When you come into your squat, just let your tail release down. We are going to be on the ground, for pretty much, I think, the rest of our postures today. So what we're going to do next is you're going to come into sit down. Let's sit down, hips on the heels, excuse me, for a second, instead of squat for now. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try to do our little massage for the intestine. So you're going to take your hands and make fists. And you're going to place your fists right alongside your belly button. And then you're going to come into child's pose. Forehead, have it on the ground. And if it's not on the ground, put a pillow or a block or something under it so you can rest your head. Your fists are in your alongside your belly button, maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher. But you have fists, and then you're going to start to circle your fists and massage your organs. Breathe deeply as you do this deep massage. And see if you can encourage softening of the organs and even, of your abdominals. So those muscles that we work towards strengthening and stabilizing and a lot in our standing postures, you equally want to be able to soften the muscles. So circle, and it can be really intense, but also just notice and try to do this every day if you can. Simple thing that's very effective. This will also help us and strengthen our back bends, our low back health. So keep going. A couple more circling of the fists in your belly, and then slowly come out. Lift your chest. And then from here, we're going to go into, sorry, I lost my, let's go onto our back. So just lay down onto your back. I lost my train. I got off my train. Okay, lay down on your back, please. And just let your, like all that massage, that releasing, just try to keep softening there. Relax your shoulders by your sides, bring your palms face up, your heels in, toes fall out. Shavasana, but keep your eyes open just for now and take a breath in. And a breath out. Soften, soften, soften. Bend your right knee, bring it in towards your right armpit. Interlace your 10 fingers, active grip pull. So when removing, you can flex your left foot if you want. Or you can keep working, like in when removing, you can keep working with that relaxing of the stomach muscles and of the organs, especially you want to keep those relaxed. For some, it does help to a little bit engage through the, around the belly button for your low back. So you can decide kind of how you want to work in this one, for sure. Knee lines with the shoulder, with the ankle, elbows in, chin in, pull. Change, right leg down, arms down. There's a dog barking, it sounds like a seal. Not Sita though, she's a dog. Bend your left knee. Okay. Interlace your 10 fingers, couple inches below the left knee. Pull the left knee in and down. It's okay. It's not really a seal, Ian. Sita is called my dog, my brother. Pull. As you're pulling your left knee in, keep the shoulders down. You're fine. Go relax. And chin is in. Pull. Release your left leg. Bend both knees. Hug your arms around your knees. And pull. I mean, maybe there's really a sea lion out there. Who knows? Or seal. Arms down, legs down. Release the pose. Soften. Roll it out. Okay, so from here, sit yourself up. You can do a sit up, or you can just sit up. Come onto your stomach. Chin forward, hands in position alongside of the chest. Cobra, squeeze your legs together. Press your hips down. And do engage a little around the belly button. Take a deep breath. Look up, eyes, and lift your chest. As you lift your chest, glue your belly button down to your feet down and squeeze your legs together. Collar wide, eyes up, chest up. Keep belly button down, keep hips down. and then slowly lower down. The chin comes down. Your arms are going to float to your sides. You're going to look to the right, left ear down, toes touch, heels open. Take a breath. Go lay down, please, Sita. Go lay down. Okay. Chin forward, bring your hands alongside of your chest. Press yourself up into like a tall cobra now. But keep your hips down. Feet can be separate, so hip width distance. Reach big toes back. Hi. It's so cool, like the angle I get to see. Oh, thanks for coming today. All right, so from here, go to a tabletop, and then walk your knees a little bit forward. Sit your hips down onto your heels, and sit up nice and tall. Bring your arms up and overhead, and bring your palms together. And then stretch up, chin away from the throat. Come down, long spine, half tortoise. Forehead to the floor, pinky outside of the hands on the floor, rest of the arms in the air. Stretch your fingertips more forward. Simultaneously stretch your hips back and down. Breathe in through your nose and really lengthen like the side body. You can think about in this one, again, your gallbladder meridians, so the entire sides of the body, from your feet up your legs, up the sides of the ribs, separating, like bring space into the sides of the ribs. But traction your spine, reach more forward, good, and then lower your hips more down and slowly change. So come up as you reach the top. Good, stand up on your shins, separate your knees, and lower your hands. Bring them to your low back, press your hips forward, lift your chest up, lift your chin up. Press your hips forward so that the hips stay over the knees. Separate your knees, make sure they're hip width, and then start to look back. As you're looking more back, lift chest. Here's the stomach meridian again, so up the tops of the shins, from the toes to the knees, to the thighs, to the hips. Right? Squeeze your bum a little forward. Let your eyes go back. Breathe into the sides of your throat. Breathe into the base of your eyes. And change. Come back up. Slowly, slowly. Sit your hips down onto your heels. Take a breath. Do rabbit. Grab your heels from behind. Sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale, chin in. Look at your belly and you go down. Rounding down nice and slow. The top of your head is going to touch the floor. Try to get your forehead to your knees. And then pull on your heels and lift your hips up. Roll forward like a wheel. Really grip your heels. Hug your arms in close to your shins. Pull your stomach in and back, separating the vertebrae in the back body. Slowly change. Come up opposite way. The chin will be lashed. Once you come all the way up to the top, right, release your hips down to the floor, so you can like bring your legs out to the sides. You're gonna go into, let's bring the left knee forward and bring the right knee on top of the left knee for cow face posture. Now, if the hips aren't on the ground evenly, you can bring a block if you have one, or like a couple pillows to sit up on for your cow face. So you're gonna have the right leg on top and the left leg folded. If the left leg also, if it still is too much with sitting up on blankets or pillows, you can also keep your bottom leg straight. So settle the legs, the hips down, and a little bit bring weight forward through the pelvis. So you're a little forward of your sitting bones. And sit up tall. Take a breath. So you've got your right knee on top, and just start to establish your root down through the hips. And the collar nice and wide. You're going to lift your left arm up, like really reach long through your left side. Take your right hand to the right and start to lean to the right, but don't bend your left arm. Keep your left arm straight. You can bend your right elbow, and some of you will bring the right elbow to the floor. Others of you, elbow won't be on the floor, but you're leaning to the right, left arm extend. Drop your left sits bone down. And once you've reached kind of the depth of the side bend, let then your head relax. You can think about your right ear going to your right shoulder, but keep your left arm really straight. And breathe into the side body again. Head hanging, the arm extending. Reach the left fingertips a little bit further away from the left sitting bone, dropping down. So make sure left sitting bone down. Slowly change. Come on up. And once you come up to the top, center yourself again. And then you'll come forward. So when you come forward, you're going to let your body weight come down on top of your shins, your thighs. And then you can bring your chin, some of you, over your knee. You can bring your hands forward. That can be a really nice way to balance and calibrate the hips staying down. So I was saying the other day, I want to train Sita to be able to come and lean, like press her body weight or her paws against my low back during this one. So if you don't have a person to do that, you can kind of do that with yourself by using your hands in front of you and press the hands a little forward so the back of the butt can come down. Relax your head. Whether you get your chin over your knee or not, let your head drop. And you can also, another thing is putting block or pillows even on the knee. You can also, I didn't say this at the beginning, but you can have a pillow or a block even between the knees. For some, that's a good method. So you can relax, take one more breath. And change, come up. Switch your legs. You'll have your left leg on top, again, sitting on something if you need. Now this side could be different, so you might need to put a pillow or a block or something under you. Folded up, your folded up blankets. Folded up mats work too, all the things that we can use, right? So sit up tall at first, left leg's on top, so we're gonna lift the right arm up. Feel establish the two sitting bones on the ground, right arm up, left hand to the left. And you can start to lean to the left. So you're going to bend your left elbow maybe a little bit, or some of you, again, it can come to the floor. Keep the right sitting bone down, though, and keep your right arm straight. So you're not trying to do like a soft elbow. It's like a reach. So the sides of the right ribs extend. And releasing anything stuck there on that side body. Let the head relax. And breathe nice and deep. Once the head relaxes, it's like I imagine like my left ear pours down towards the left. And I'm extending my right side, dropping right sits bone down. Taking nice deep breaths. Keep the chest upright. So try not to, if you feel like you're folding down, you maybe just leaned a little too far. You want to keep the right side up. Let the head relax. And slowly change, come on back up. Reestablish the straight aheadness of the knees, and then come forward. Take your time, take a breath or so. I went kind of fast there in that transition. But come on down, and again, you can use your hands. You can put a pillow or a block for your head, or you can put your chin, some of you, on your knee or over your knee. Or even just your face on your knee, but relax your head and breathe. You might notice big differences, at least I do, in this posture from side to side. Observe and breathe. Change, come up slowly, slowly. Bring the soles of your feet together. for Baddha Konasana. Okay, so in this one, you can, you can sit up on a block or a thingy. You can have your hands even behind you. If you can grab your feet, there's a point, it's the liver, there's a liver pressure point, meridian place. I'll show you on the top of the foot. So it's like in the bone, it's kind of, if you go between your big toe bone and your first toe bone, there's an indent there, and it's kind of, you press there. So if you can find that point, it's a good one to work with in this one, as well as the sole of the foot. So you can like peel your feet open with your fingers, press the fingers into that dent between the first toe, big toe, and then you can open up the feet like a book. And this will help allow the knees to relax a little more out to the sides and down. If you are doing that peel of the feet open, press the outer edges of your feet more together. And again, this is to help relax the inner thighs, the knees. Take a breath here. You can stay here. Or start to pour some of your weight forward. Keep pressing the outer edges of the feet together. This liver point, like really good point in the feet for everything, right? So good pressure point if you can get it. If not, it's not a big deal either. So you breathe and notice what you feel. Relax your pelvic floor, relax your inner thighs. And then slowly, slowly, you can start to come up. And from here, you're going to go into Baddha Konasana on your back. So you're going to keep your feet, if you can, in that position and lie down on your back. When you go onto your back, there's another one we worked on the other night, a massage point that you can do with taking your fingers. It's kind of like right below the breast on your ribs. So like if you have a bra strap, it's like kind of right there, but it's between your ribs. You'll find an indent, like these place you can press your fingers into. And you can do that as you're in Baddha Konasana, bound feet, or feet together on your back with the knees open wide. If that doesn't work, that little pressure point, if it's uncomfortable, or like sometimes when I do stuff with my hands in these positions, my shoulders tense up. So just be aware that we want to really just work towards relaxing. So if any of the things that I add on create strain, especially around the brain, like let it go. If it feels good, try it and press between the ribs. Good. From here, draw the knees in, grab your thighs and roll yourself up. Come onto, do a twist, bring your left knee forward. Bring your right foot across your left knee. Bring your right hand to the base of your spine and hug your right knee in. Okay, so you can stay here and with the hug knee situation, or you can internally rotate your left shoulder. So you kind of roll, again, the shoulder in to turn the thumb down, and you can bind under your leg. So the arm threads through under the knee, and then your left hand will take a hold of your right hand. Now, as you do your twist, as you come into it, lift your thoracic spine up. Like think about doing like a back bend in the chest. And that'll help elevate the spine again so you're not rounded or hunched. And then turn and twist each and every vertebrae. Use your eyes and breathe deeply. In through your nose. Keep lifting your heart. Turn the shoulders to the right. Look with your eyes to the right and twist. And then try to just see one more to the right. When you untwist, go slow so you can do your other side. The right knee forward, left foot across. Try to get the two sitting bones on the ground. the heel and the knee in one line. You can either hug in a knee and twist like that. It's a nice sort of modified twist and it's effective, right? Excuse me. Or you can do this bind practice, roll the shoulder inward, take the hand and loop it under, and then see if your left hand is there to grab. Otherwise, you can use a strap if you want to do the binds and your hands aren't reaching each other. Again, lifting the thoracic heart up, not hunched, turning and twisting, churning into the organs, breathing deep. Inhale. And as you twist, keep lifting heart and look with eyes. Really try to see out the left corner. Use your eyes and see. Connecting the outer eyes all the way into the base of the spine. Sacral. Untwist. Good. And then from here, come onto your belly. Bring your chin forward and bend your knees. Reach back and grab for your feet. We're going to just do, I'll talk you through it. We're just going to do one Dhanurasana bow, okay? The bow, though, we're going to do 3 lion's breath inside of, okay? So if you're not sure what lion's breath is, I think you all do, but I'll talk it. It's like stick your tongue out on your exhale. You'll open your mouth and you'll stick your tongue out and you'll make you'll roar like a lion, like, okay? So let's get into bow. I'm gonna do it with you because it's fun. Bend your knees, reach back, grab for your feet, point your toes, kick back, and then kick up. Squeeze your back body strong from your glutes all the way up the back. Arms are long. Take a deep breath, inhale. Lion's breath, exhale. Inhale. Keep squeezing your back body, exhale. One more, inhale, squeeze your back body. Exhale. Slowly change. Release the pose. Bring your chin down and take a breath. You can turn your head or bring your forehead down to your hands. From here, you can turn yourself just over on your mat, or you can come to down dog and float your legs through. You're going to go into, I'm going to just turn around so you'll be able to see if you need to, but we're going to do a bridge or a wheel, okay? So you'll lie down on your back, heels in close to your hips. Excuse me. Relax your head down, like make sure it's on the ground to begin, shoulders even as possible. Fingertips towards the heels. If you're doing bridge, you'll keep your arms there. Then you'll press into your feet and lift your hips. If you're doing wheel, bring your fingertips alongside of your head. Try to have your fingers going straight back towards your feet rather than turned out, okay? And then from here, take a breath, drop the belly button towards the spine, press into your feet and your hands, and come up, and maybe you go just top of the head to start. And if it's available, you'll straighten the arms and press firmly down through the hands, and the arms are straight. Press through your feet, heels. If you want to do this with heels elevated, you'll press your big toe mounds down. Otherwise, heels down, squeeze low butt. Arms strong, belly button to the sky. Maybe some of you will walk your hands closer to your feet. Keep lifting your butt up, your hips up. Breathe. To come down, chin in, bend your elbows, put the back of the head, the shoulders, lower your spine, one vertebrae at a time. See if you can isolate. Once you're down, just let your legs lengthen. Take a breath, neutral spine. One of my neighbors has like a fire going, and it's like wafting into my house. Like a campfire or something. Okay, from here, do a plow. Bring your hands by your sides. Press into your arms and take your toes up over your head. Okay, if you're going into plow and you feel unstable or unsteady, just take your legs up and keep your back on the ground, like so. Otherwise, if you're in plow, work your shoulders under you and bring your hands to your low back, thumbs out, fingers up. And you can start to take the legs up into shoulder stand. The breath is very subtle in your shoulder stand. If it feels struggly or forced, go back to plow or even go to the legs just up in the air with your back on the ground. If you're in shoulder stand, keep reaching the energy up the legs. Slowly come back to plow, shoulder stand. If you're in plow, hold steady. You can keep your hands at your low back, right? Or bend your knees and take your knees outside of your ears and then press your knees into your ears or your temples. Some will keep the hands at the low back. For others, the arms can come down, palms face down. For others, you're grabbing for your feet. That can be really a lot for some people's upper spine. So do one that feels like you can hold the pose for a few breaths. So this is really good for the diaphragm in this round position you're in. As much as it might feel intense, see if you can soften around the diaphragm as you breathe. When you're ready, you can straighten out the legs, the arms, if they're anywhere other than the ground, bring them to the ground. So you can roll down out of the plow. Or if you've been in legs just up, come out of that. Once your hips are on the ground, bend your knees and soften your feet to the floor. You're going to take the legs long for just a breath. Do one supine twist on your back. So knees in, drop them to the left, and open up your right chest. You can turn your gaze in that direction as well. Take the, you can do other variations of a reclining twist. This is kind of my go-to at this point in a practice, but if you have other ones you want to do, you can for sure. Head can gaze, eyes can gaze to the right. Look, Julia's smiling face pictures the whole time. She's just smiling away. Come up to the other side with your legs. Knees stack and then turn and twist the spine, the chest, really the head. Take a couple of breaths. Back to your back. And do whatever you need on your back for a breath or so. You're going to let your body go right into a final Shavasana. Excuse me. So once you're ready, you'll spread the arms, the legs a little bit wider. And just let go, right? Fully and completely. The practice of Shavasana is essential. It means corpse pose or dead body pose. So in yoga practice, we're learning to better be in the world, right? To be very just wise and strong, better able to receive, better able to give. So being compassionate and generous, being able to see the nature of our own minds and understand when our thoughts are helping us or when they might be taking us deeper into suffering. So as we learn how to still the body, we can also be stilling the mind and noticing the nature of our thoughts. Let this practice bring you peace. Let your body completely go. Relax every cell, every tissue, every particle of your being. And be in connection and union with the true self, the essence, your heart, powerful, infinite wisdom. Just be still for another moment or so. You can roll the head a little side to side and sway on your back as you gently hug the knees in towards your chest. You can slowly start to make your way back up into your seat. Comfortable seat, letting the chest, heart rise. We connect to our link, right, into the entire universe when we practice. We are all the elements, both inside of us, and we are connected to the elements that are surrounding us, that are us. And just know that as you worked in your energy body and in your practice this morning, this afternoon, we are communing not only with ourselves and with each other, but with the world and with the universe and with all the forces, and we become masterful at utilizing what is available to us, and flowing with it in a way that is at peace with nature and with what is just and kind and loving towards the whole. So keep doing everything that we can to keep our minds and our hearts and our bodies healthy and ready and in a place of service. What an amazing gift of the practice and of community, of knowing each of us. So, and I am so thankful to know each and every one of you, and thank you so much for your practice today. I bow to the divinity and to the bright light, to the strength and to the grace and the love within each and every one of you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace. I'll see you here on the internet and soon in person when we can hug and